days at WordFest. You folks were incredible. When Mr. Obrey asked me to pick out a few poems to read for tonight, I went through them all and I pointed out about 7. And it turned out that so many of them had to do with art. And I thought, well, what better audience for that than the NAHS group? So, because I didn't think you'd know some of the paintings, I put some of them together in a slideshow that kind of goes along with it, so you can look at that instead of me. All right? Do me a favor and field trip to the Met. Bands of roaming high school students have been left to their own designs today by teachers who hoped they might discover Demuth's fat gold vibe, or find themselves drawn, tractor beam style, into a Duccio. Instead, they're wandering around, loudly pointing to the flat expanse of Kelly's blue panel, and asking questions aloud to which they have already formed the answers. And yet, certain pieces stop them. Chuck Close's, for instance, with the 2 huge saucers for eyes, where they pose for pictures, picking the nose of the man they've nicknamed Jaime. Or the ancient instruments, the trumpet, the long saxophone, the serpentine, where that football player suggests something perverse to be done with the horns. But the novelty lasts just so long. They descend Louis Sullivan's staircase and blow off the American wing. Egypt becomes a backdrop for conversations that all begin with, "Can you believe?" and where the girl's incredulity is on display before disapproving hieroglyphs. When I see them again, they are encamped in the main hall, lounging on the benches, limbs hanging over the side like Renoir nudes, bodies wedged in on all sides, others sitting on one another, trying hard to fit in. Raising Mr. Boyd's Forgotten Daughter. This is on John Singer Sargent's painting in the Boston MFA. It is that moment in the gallery, just as I turn to the promise of another frame, I freeze mid-stride, captivated. It catches my eye. Or maybe I catch it. Over there, hidden in the shadows, to the right of the vase, wanting anonymity, her palms sweating in the half-light of a winter's day, hoping desperately to escape my notice, to return inconspicuously to the familiar gloom of herself. She was only a brush's wisp, a murmur of malcontent, sulking in the limpid corner of her parents' neglect, eclipsed by the spotlight of her sister's effulgence. Does she know, shy girl, how much she means to me, how I will spend an afternoon in search of her face, an hour on her pouty hands, and at least 5 minutes on the slope of her chin? Does she know how I'd rather explore that withdrawn corner with her than revel in the expansive brilliance of her sisters? For it is in that corner where we commune, she and I, shoulder to shoulder, facing the darkness, arching our backs to the gloom, and where we talk about why we're there, and how to listen, and how to get out. And this last one, I actually saw in a restroom in a chili house, so this is where the inspiration comes from. Ocean Park, number 96. If you should walk inside the restroom of the roadside chili house and find hanging there a great piece of modern art, its shapes resembling the water stains on the ceiling, know that during her break, a waitress sneaks her cigarette in this same space by the opposite window, forcing clouds out the side of her mouth so that she can still watch the painting while she smokes. And this last one is kind of like the first stage in drawing. Drawing inspiration comes from a little girl's drawing. This, she says, is heaven. A lazy crayon line drawn thick and black between earth and sky. Fountains of trees are spouting from the crest of each swelled mound, and above their billows, barn swallows flicker like votives, glinting prayers from the open books, their wings. The stiff elbows of houses shore up the ravines. Under their jackets, they shelter ear-wide smiles. Where is God? I ask, and she points to the grinning sun, a great yellow porcupine in the sky. Thanks.